So what I'm looking at here is I'm going to focus on the clouds. And clouds are always interesting because it's a moving target. So anytime you're doing plein air painting, obviously you're dealing with light changing constantly. Clouds are a little bit more difficult because they are moving even faster than the light is. The way that I deal with that is I'm watching the clouds for a while before I start painting, and using what was there as a compositional element. Work a lot from memory and using them as references. So you might see me, like, even though I'm painting this scene right here, because the clouds are moving so fast, I might start looking over there because I want to see how the edges are. Really interested in the clouds that are up here, and that's going to be kind of the focus of my painting, but you need something else in there to make it, for some interest. So I'm kind of just like taking measurements and looking at angles and thinking about where I'm going to put things, because I do want this to be about the clouds more than anything else. I'm going to put the line of that rock, I'm going to put it kind of low. Try to block in everything really quickly. I'll lay things in very fast with the palette knife and then start working with brushes. As you can imagine, the clouds are moving super fast, and so they're now, like, I barely even started painting and the clouds are nothing like it was when I started. And that's where your memory comes in and you get to be a little bit creative. I like bristle brushes. If you tend to paint thickly and really quickly, more the alla prima style, then hog bristles I think work really well for that, because you want to be able to just like knock things in. The clouds are never pure white. There's always some warmth and some cool in there, and so I'm working with that and always thinking about how it works in relationship to everything else I already have down. And I'm still using these flats to just keep the general big fat shapes in there. It's really chunky right now. And once I feel like I have this more or less where I want, then I'm going to start going in and playing with edges. And that's where it gets fun. I've got the clouds basically where I want them, and now I'm going to start working on the edges of the cloud and start blending things into each other. So that's what these brushes are awesome for. So this is not a makeup brush, even though it's nice and soft like Plein is. These are goat mop brushes, and they're really great for getting soft edges. So as you can see, I've got a lot of paint on this mop brush, and I was basically just working in these gray areas. So that's why I have so many of these, is because if you are doing this and then you stop and you clean your brush, then you have a wet brush and it doesn't really work. So I like having multiple brushes, because then I can just get another one out. And now what I'm thinking about is this is going to be the brush that pulls the white into the blues. And I can even come back in, if I want to get some harder edges back in, then I just come in with a flat brush and I can carve back in. When you're outside painting, the light is always constantly changing, and so I'm keeping that in mind and keeping my original idea of what I liked about this painting and why I stopped here to paint.